Alright guys, it's your boy Truly here again, and I'm going to answer a few questions that I've had in my comment section on my video of my laptop playing Black Ops 2. And so to answer some questions here, I'm going to show you guys a quick place where I get some of my games. It's g2a.com, and it's personal sellers that they sell their own games, and you can just buy it off of them, and it's really cheap. You can get games a lot cheaper than what you would on Steam. Steam has great sales, but one thing is that I still like to buy it just because it's pretty much a sale whenever you want. And so it's just a simpler way. Like Black Ops 2 would probably be at least 25 bucks on Steam, where you can get it for roughly $13. And so let's go back and answer some questions. So 5 minutes ago, you're thinking about purchasing this laptop and you want to hear opinions on the screen. How well does light stay out of the screen? Is it easily visible even in high light environments? I'll probably put a little tidbit video of me playing or the screen in the sun at some point, so that'll answer your question. But it is a matte screen, so it's not a glossy where a glossy screen reflects back. So a matte screen, it's like you don't see your reflection, you don't see your face in the screen. So it's a much better, I like it a lot better than a glossy where it doesn't really show all the little marks or something you might get on your screen. Just keep it clean. 1080p display. It's beautiful. I thought it was great when I first looked at it, and I still like it. So I've never really used it in the sun, but I'll try to show a little tidbit of it. So this guy wants to know, I might buy this laptop. You want a full review of it? That should be coming soon. Can it run GTA 5? Pros and cons. Uh, so GTA 5, this is a website that I use. It's Can You Run It? System Requirements Lab. And you just type in the game you want to know, and it shows you the requirements that the game needs to run, and then it shows you what you have personally on your setup. So it says that I can run it in minimum, but not recommended. So I can run it on minimum settings, fine. It says that I need 1 gig of dedicated RAM, and I have two. Uh, Pixel shade versions and all that stuff, that's fine. CPU's fine, RAM's fine, operating system works. Free disk space, I have plenty, and sound card, it works. So in recommended, it says that I need a GTX 660, 2 gigs of RAM. Well, you might be saying, oh, this has an 850, why does it not run? This is a desktop graphics card, so yes, I have the mobile version, which is a laptop version, so I mean, I could probably run it fine, but to the extent that a desktop could, no. That's a pretty much given though. So, I mean, yeah, I could run it. I have the same requirements or whatever I need for it because I have the 2 and I have the 5 version. So, I mean, I could run it, but I don't want to run it all the way high. But to answer one of your questions, what is a pro and a con? I like the CPU. CPU is really fast. The CPU can run with some of the desktop CPUs, so it's really good when it comes to that term. But the graphics card, I hate how sometimes I have to turn down shadow versions otherwise because it slows it down so much. So say I'm running Skyrim, I have to turn down shadows otherwise it's bad. But pretty much I use NVIDIA's control panel or whatever, and I just optimize it to the settings that my laptop has, and then it just optimizes it for whatever it is, and it runs at least at 60 frames per second, if not higher. So that's one thing I use. CPU, it says I need an i5 3470 at 3.2 at 4 CPUs. Mine has 4 CPUs at 2.5 gigahertz, but mine can also boost up to 3.5 gigahertz. So, I mean, I could still run it perfectly fine, realistically. So, I have 8 gigs of RAM, which that's right up there. I have Windows 8, so that's good. Everything else is good. So, pretty much I could run it on recommended settings. Is it recommended for the highest settings? Oh god, no. But you could run the game nonetheless. So yeah, it's a good laptop overall. I'll show you where it ranks on like for people's ranking their computer on this website. So I'm in the 81st percentile for my processor. So it beats out 2,735,000 out of 3,360,000 processors, Intel processors. So it's high up there. It does its job. It's a good processor overall. It's a newer version. It's a fourth generation, no, 11th generation, fourth gen. I don't really get all that, but it's up there. It says it has 8 cores. So I don't know that. I think it's a 4 core, but it has like uh, 4 extra threads or whatever. That's Intel does that, and it's really nice. So yeah, graphics wise, this is my graphics card. It says that high performance, 19th generation DirectX 11, 71st percentile. So it's still up there. It's a lot better than having an integrated graphics card nonetheless. So it beats out 1,392,000 out of 1,960 NVIDIA graphics cards. So that's still good, saying that the newest version is at like it's in the 900s and mine's in 800. So it's still up there. It's a newer version mostly. So yeah, and you can see all of the NVIDIA graphics card, but a lot of these you have to remember are newer versions or desktop versions, so operating system doesn't really matter. So if I can answer some of you guys' questions, just let me know and I'll try to make a new video. And that's about it.
Alright, so actually I'm gonna put in a little clip of the light in my house. The lights are gonna be all the way up, and the TV is gonna be on. So I'm gonna try to get as much light as I can. I might shine my phone's flashlight onto the display so you guys can see how much it reflects off. And I'll put it all the way down, and I'll try to put uh, the laptop outside, and I'll record it. It's not that bright out, but it'll do the job, I guess. It's kind of cloudy, but that's nothing I can do about it, and I want to get this video up. So I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll put some music on during it. So thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and TrulyYo. Peace out.
Alright guys, so this is me in my house right now, and I have the TV on behind me. I have my laptop set up on this little bench that I made this year in school. So this is the TV in the background, and I don't want to get my hand in the way, but as you can see, it's a matte display, and it reflects off the light behind it, but it doesn't really show like a crisp image. So like if I'm sitting behind it, you can't really see a whole lot of me. I mean, you can see my hand and all. Alright guys, so on this time I have it with my TV still on, and I actually forgot to record this part, so I'm doing this after. But this is with the TV on, the lights fully on, and as you can see, there's not a whole lot. This is low brightness too, and I'm not seeing anything from the TV really, which as before with the screen off I would, but I'm not seeing anything. And now that I turn my brightness all the way up, I know, it blocks out everything. I can't see much of anything. I'm gonna do the flashlight test quick, and we're gonna see how it reacts to the bright light, because with before you could see it clearly, but with this flashlight on now, I don't think I'm gonna be able to see much of anything. So it pretty much makes the display brighter, if anything. Again, this is indoor lighting, and it gives a shadow from the light, but it's still bright. I mean, you don't really see a whole lot of difference. Alright guys, so now we're outside in the light, and it's kind of cloudy outside, so it's not like there's a lot of sun, but you can still see the reflection and all. So this is with all the light off, and you can clearly see all the tree line behind me and everything. So I mean, it does reflect quite a bit, but I mean, it's still doable in the light. So we'll turn the light on. This is light display. You can kind of see it depending on the viewing angle. It's not very bright. I mean, I can still detect every single little feature that's there, but it's not very bright. But then again, it's low brightness, and my screen's a little dirty, but you can't really detect it here, and it looks weird in the camera. But turn the brightness all the way up, and now I'm able to see a lot better. I don't really see a whole lot of my reflection. I mean, I see my hand moving with the camera, but it's not like it's distracting me or anything. I can read out everything from a good distance away. A lot of it's viewing angles. It depends on the viewing angle that you're looking at. If it was dark, if it was back like this, it's going to be hard for me to see. I can still detect everything for the most part, but I mean, it just depends on your viewing angle. But full brightness in the light, well, in the cloudy light, isn't too bad at all, so you should be able to get by with it. It's probably not a good thing if you're playing in the sun anyway. You don't want your computer to get real hot, so it just depends. And thanks. See you guys.